Welcome to Redpoint's Academy for our 7th class. Today, we'll be taking a look at extrajudicial methods of protecting your brands. What we mean by this is the tactics companies can employ to stay secure online against counterfeiting and other IP infringements without involving any legal strategies. Specifically, this class will look at how marketing, web pages, external media, and even education can all be adopted in a way that can keep your brand more strongly protected online.
To kick this off, let's begin with your website. For any brand to stay competitive in this information age, having a good website is extremely important. A lot of the advice given today will stem from a brand's core website, making this an essential first step for using marketing and other methods as brand protection. Once you have a website set up, you can create a page on your website listing authenticated retailers that sell your product. You could also consider a blacklist of bad faith websites that can warn customers about online marketplaces and rogue websites that are shown to have an especially high risk of counterfeiting. You want to make it easy for everyone to know where to go to buy your product and which places to avoid at all costs. If your customers do come across counterfeits of your products online, you want to become aware of them so you can deal with them properly. So consider adding a simple form somewhere on your website where people can report links to knockoff being sold online. You could even reward participating customers with discounts, vouchers, and free goodies. By doing this, you will not only improve your brand protection, but encourage your fans to stay loyal to your brand. For new companies, the good news here is that it's easier and cheaper to create a solid website than it's ever been before. There's a huge amount of web hosting services that allow new businesses to quickly set up websites that look and function well, at a cost so low it's basically an afterthought. Next up is SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. In short, it's a way of writing and structuring your online content so search engines like Google and Bing favor your content and list it higher in their search results. So why is this important? Well, using SEO well as a brand means beating your illegal competition organically and making it as easy as possible for your customers to find your authentic goods. On the other hand, ignoring SEO means when potential customers search for your products online, you might be listed lower than counterfeiters. It's easy to see which outcome is going to help your brand protection. SEO is something that anyone can learn, even if you have no experience in marketing. The amount of free resources that are available online for learning about SEO is immense, from podcasts to videos to articles and more. While this is good news for brands, especially young ones that are just starting up, it's also good news for counterfeiters. They can learn all of this too and have been doing so. Luckily, being a legitimate brand makes solid SEO a lot easier to accomplish. So with some consistent work, you can improve your SEO to the point where your brand appears at the top of searches for your name and even industry. The press, like news outlets, both industry-specific and general, provides a reliable way of cementing your brand name and identity in the minds of consumers. Solidifying and legitimizing your brand's existence in the public sphere means customers will find it much easier to identify your brand as the authentic one. There are many cases of brands who create totally new inventions, which quickly become popular. But counterfeiters are now so fast at getting their own copies into the market that consumers don't even know the product is the protected IP of a single brand. So, consider employing an outreach strategy where you are having frequent communication with a wide range of respected online news channels. Get your brand's name and message out there to the world. And as a final note for this, the more you are talked about by the press and the more your website is linked to from authoritative websites, the better your SEO will be. And now, back to Bruno for social media.
Time and time again, research by Redpoint and other companies is showing a huge shift in counterfeiting strategy towards social media. It's provided the perfect channel to advertise their products and to find an audience of people willing to buy fakes. An up-to-date brand protection strategy will include social media as an important market to monitor for fakes. Today, social media is the most effective way for brands to have conversations with their customers and followers. Rather than going directly to a brand's page to find a Contact Us form, which may eventually get them a response, internet users have taken to social media for contacting brands. For brand protection, social media can be used to encourage customers to privately message your company with any discoveries of counterfeit items they might find. Like with the reporting function on a website, you could offer rewards to your followers who help you find fakes. Social media is another huge part of any good SEO strategy. Having links on social media, and on other websites for that matter, will boost your SEO ratings and will help you score better organically on search engines, further solidifying and clarifying your brand as authentic. Did you know that social media can play a huge part in education? My colleague Lila will tell more about it.
Thanks, Bruno. The final strategy we'll be looking at today concerns education. This comes in three main objectives. First, teaching your customers to know what's real and what's fake. Second, educating people about the harms of counterfeiting. And last but not least, training staff across all levels on how to spot fakes. The first is teaching your customers to identify your authentic products against their knockoffs. As a brand, you want your customers to have a defense against what we call deceptive counterfeits, meaning fake goods that trick customers into believing they're authentic. By showing the differences between your product and the knockoffs trying to pass as your product, you can make it much easier for your customers to make informed decisions and to avoid buying fakes. Don't forget to highlight specific aspects of your product that counterfeiters aren't able to fully imitate. The stitching, the materials used, any intricate design features, or even the packaging. The second educational objective is to teach customers about the counterfeiting industry in general. This is to encourage customers to avoid non-deceptive counterfeits, meaning fake products that don't even try to pretend they're authentic, and that those buying the products know they're fake. Studies have shown that one of the best ways to sway consumers away from buying counterfeit is to remind them and educate them further about the societal harms of counterfeiting. People know the industry is bad, but the choice to buy is often between saving money and sticking to their morals. So the harder you make it for shoppers to rationalize their support of a malicious industry, the less likely they are to go looking for fakes. So how do you actually go about implementing this? Well, simply posting photos of your product against the counterfeit versions is likely the cheapest and most straightforward option. If you have an eye for design, you could create infographics too. These are easy for your fans to absorb information from and are perfect for sharing on social media. What could be the most effective way to educate customers widely is to use video marketing. Video is easy to digest, more entertaining, and growing in popularity in marketing every day. Now, don't worry, none of this necessarily means splashing out on a video production team or paying for designers. Check out Jamie Smaldone, the founder of Mighty Mug, for a great example of this. Jamie is very active on his social media, explaining his process of brand protection, largely by just walking around his office and recording himself on his phone. Finally, it's important that your staff is able to spot fakes, be they components early in the manufacturing stage or fully realized counterfeits in the distribution and retail. We've talked before about the need for a strong reporting system where staff can easily raise flags when counterfeiting appears and clear, effective systems of dealing with discovered fakes properly. Having a well-trained staff means that at every point that a product goes from factory all the way to the shops will be a point of attrition for counterfeiters. It makes these fakes more likely to be found and less likely to be profitable. Now let's go back to Bruno to wrap up what we've learned today.
Let's recap the number of methods you can employ to protect your brand, beyond legal methods or simply reporting fakes. Build a good website as the foundation of your brand. Use SEO techniques to cement your brand as authentic in searches. Leverage your communications with the press. Keep a close eye on social media. Educate your customers about both identifying fakes and about the counterfeiting industry overall. And finally, train your staff in fighting fakes at all levels. We hope these tips will be useful for all of your brand protection strategies moving forward, in conjunction with the other methods covered in Redpoint's Academy. Thanks for watching, and we see you soon for Class 8.